Alright everybody, welcome on back to the channel, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at one of my absolute favorite weapons to rock here in Black Ops 6 Zombies, and in Season 3, things really haven't changed. This thing is still an absolute beast. We're talking about none other than the Siren 9mm special weapon. This thing is like an SMG pistol hybrid. Don't let the size fool you, because this thing is damn powerful and will probably outdamage most guns in this game. We're going to jump into a match of Shattered Veil and test it out a little bit, and I'm also going to take it up against the Z-Rex boss. This ending was a little bit of a surprise that I actually didn't see coming. If you guys are looking for a decent loadout to rock here in Season 3, we definitely got you guys covered. And with all that out of the way, if you guys are into zombies content, do me a huge favor, rock the hell out of that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I hope you guys enjoy today's video. If you guys are looking to unlock any of those mastery camos here in Black Ops 6 and you just don't have the time to grind these things out, and I'm talking about Abyss, Nebula, and Dark Matter, then be sure to check out Mitch Cactus. They offer the most reliable services in Call of Duty, including bot lobbies, camo unlocks, or pre-made accounts. So if you are someone that just doesn't have time to game all day and you want to unlock these things, then be sure to check out Mitch Cactus. For a little bit of security, they got thousands of great reviews on Trustpilot, so be sure to head on over to the site and check out any of the deals that they got going on, and be sure to use code REALG for a limited time only. If you guys remember last season, this gun actually ended up taking my #1 spot in the top 5 best weapons to use in Black Ops 6 Zombies. I still think here in Season 3 it is one of the best guns. I think I'm still going to put it in my top 5, but I don't think it's going to take that #1 spot. No, it's not because the gun ended up catching any nerfs or anything like that. I think the gun is actually still really viable when it comes to just trying to go for some decently high rounds without having to switch over to, let's say, a wonder weapon or having to just rely on score streaks. Like, let's say if you just want to go for a quick round 50 run and then exfil, you can perfectly do that with the Siren 9mm and not struggle really at all. Now, I will fully admit, once you get up to about round 40, you will feel the damage kind of greatly drop off, but it's still going to be killing zombies perfectly fine. Where most guns in this game at this point would be severely struggling by now. When I was making my way through the Shattered Veil main quest and just getting the Easter egg done to get to the boss, we didn't really have any issues whatsoever, and I wasn't finding myself just continuously going, I need that next upgrade, I need that next pack punch. One of the really cool things about this season with this gun is that with double tap added, this thing is just even more insane. One of the drawbacks with this weapon is that the fire rate was just a little bit slow, but with double tap, yeah, man, this thing just absolutely shreds. One of my biggest cons with the weapon is that it just doesn't have very much ammo, and you will find yourself running back and forth to the ammo cache a lot. If you are playing Shattered Veil, at least you're most likely going to have the ray gun Mark II on you, at least if you're doing the main Easter egg. To be perfectly honest, it's probably one of the best guns to have on this map, especially if you have the full auto upgrade or the shotgun upgrade. I can pretty much confidently say at this point, after testing out a handful of the guns here in the game here, at least the most important ones up against the boss here, I gotta say the wonder weapon, the Mark II, is going to be the most smartest option for you to use against the Z-Rex, because all the other weapons just have way too many cons to them and caveats for you to use them. Like, even when it comes to the AMR mod 4, which honestly can delete the Z-Rex really fast, sniper rifle just does some amazing damage to this guy, but the problem is that it nerfs your movement too much, and it makes the Z-Rex way easier to catch up to you, and it's just harder to get away from him. Whenever you actually take the time to try to aim down sights and really try to lay down some fire into the Z-Rex with this AMR mod 4, it just makes it incredibly difficult. He's gonna ram himself into you. With the automatic ray gun Mark II, you can just not only lay down all of that damage, but you have that incredible movement that the ray gun lets you have. Unfortunately, with this Siren, it just doesn't pack enough damage. Now, granted, between switching from the Siren and the ray gun, we were able to get the Z-Rex boss fight dealt with. I was trying to use the Siren for the majority of the boss fight, just seeing if I could get it done with only it. Unfortunately, we ended up taking a couple L's. This guy ended up downing us, and the Z-Rex actually ended up throwing a move on us that I had never seen him do yet, which is kind of crazy because I've been through this boss fight at least 20 times already. Apparently, the Z-Rex can actually grab you in his mouth, toss you into the sky, and then catch you in his mouth again, chomping back down on you and instantly downing you. This was the first time that I had seen this animation or even knew that he could do this, and it kind of took me by surprise. Luckily, we did have a bunch of ammo left in our ray gun Mark II, and since he was just running around and we were left in that down state, I just was firing with that ray gun into him, and we were able to defeat him while we were just crawling around. If you're on that third phase or whatever, and if he knocks you down, and if you still got a bunch of ammo left in that ray gun, don't pop that self-res right away, because you can actually damage the Z-Rex a bunch while you're in that down state. Yeah, I would say it is perfectly doable to take on this boss fight with this weapon, but honestly, there is better options for you guys to choose, especially if you just want something to switch over to for a second if you run out of ammo in your wonder weapon and you just want to pop at him a few times before you can restock. Now, this is just for the boss in Shattered Shattered Veil, I do have a feeling that the Siren 9mm is still one of the best options to either take up against Patient 13 and Terminus, the Guardian and Citadel, or the Tomb. Like I mentioned earlier, if you just want to go for some decently high rounds without having to use a wonder weapon or anything else, this is definitely a decent option to still pick. Now yes, the ammo capacity is a little bit small and it does hurt it a little bit, but honestly this gun gives you some of the best damage in the game and it definitely gives you some of the best movement in the game. There are a couple weapons that are quickly becoming some of my favorites to use in zombies, but I'm still in the honeymoon phase with a couple of them, like the AMAX and the Kilo. I am throwing together my top 5 best weapons to use here in Black Ops 6 Zombies today, and that video will be going up here shortly, so keep an eye out for that. I wanted to jump in here and see how our number 1 ranked weapon from last season was still holding up here in Season 3. I gotta admit guys, I really wasn't disappointed. Besides the boss fight, I think it could have done a little bit better against the Z-Rex. Unfortunately, I'm kind of noticing a pattern with a lot of these weapons against this boss. When it comes to everything else, the Siren is definitely still doing what it needs to do. I think it's one of the best regular bullet weapons that you can take in for completing any of the Easter eggs here in Black Ops 6 Zombies, as it's just incredibly easy to use, it's extremely light on your feet, and the thing is really powerful. If you do plan on taking on the Z-Rex boss, I would just recommend bringing in the Ray Gun Mark II with the automatic upgrade and make sure it's triple packed, as that's honestly probably going to end up being your main weapon. We're going to go ahead and toss the loadout for the Siren 9mm up on the screen right here. This one's pretty simple. If you guys did make it this far into the video, I greatly do appreciate you guys. Let me know down in the comments what you guys have been rocking here in Season 3. You never know, I might make a video on it. Keep an eye out for that top 5 video that should be going up here later today. Do me a huge favor, drop a like on the video if you guys enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if anybody is new. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one.